What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Betsley Sports Podcast brought to you by PointsBet. Today, we're going to be jumping into the NHL slate. It's been a little while with the All-Star break. Only had a couple games yesterday. Not too interesting. Not much I wanted to talk about yesterday. So, we're going to jump into today's slate. We got a 7-game slate for us tonight. And let's jump right into it. So, we got Pittsburgh at Boston. Jari in net for the Penguins, and we have Swayman in net for the Bruins. I don't really like a side here. I think the Bruins are decent at home. Haven't seen Swayman much this year. But what I really like in this game is that over. Penguins, typically an under team. Boston usually goes over. This matchup, though, I think the Penguins score at least 3 goals, 3 goals, and I think this game's a 4-3, 4-2 kind of game. So I really like the over, and that's going to be my first pick on today's card. So give me that Pittsburgh Boston over 5.5 minus 121. These odds are brought to you by PointsBet. If you want a 100% deposit match up to $2,000, check the link in my description. On to the next game. We have Hurricanes and Senators. Both played last night. It's a pass. It's a pass for me. There's nothing I really like in this game. The Canes should bounce back. That's all I really have to say about that game. So on to the next one. Devils, Canadiens. The Canadiens line has moved into dog territory, and I really think that Montreal has a good shot at winning this. We should see Gillies in that. I was seeing some things, some places saying that we'll get Nico Dawes in net for the Devils. And we're going to get Caden Primieux in net for the Canadiens. This is just over. I don't really care if it's Gillies or Dawes in net for the Devils. I'm slamming that over. So my next pick on the card is going to be the New Jersey Montreal over 5.5. That's an alternate over. I don't like the over 6. I hate over 6 or under 6. I don't like pushing. These teams struggle offensively, so I'm not going to go 6.5. But I do. I'll take the over 5.5, and I'll bite the bullet. I'll bite that price at minus 171. On to the next game, we have Jackets at Capitals. You'll see a little later on that I do have a bet for this game. I'm not going to take a side here. If I were to take a side, I would sprinkle on the Jackets. The Capitals are going to be without Ovechkin and Oshie tonight. They've been without Oshie for a while. They haven't been playing well. They really haven't. They scare me. And the Jackets, they haven't been playing well, but, they can just randomly explode offensively, score a bunch of goals. But, and we get, I believe we have Elvis in net for the Jackets, but we have Phoenix Copley in net for the Capitals, which makes me want to sprinkle on the Jackets even more. But I'm not going to. I will stick to a pass on this game for the most part. I do have a play for them in my parlay later on, but we'll get to that later. Moving on, we have Minnesota at Winnipeg. Winnipeg is beat up. They got people on COVID. They're not playing well. My only concern with Minnesota tonight is Kakinen in net. No Talbot tonight. Over 6.5. That's tough. I'm not going to go with the totals here. The Wild line still has value to me, but I'm going to take the Wild puck line minus 1.5. 6-game win streak. They've been playing great. Plus 170. Love it. I'd probably play that down to plus 155, plus 160. But yeah, all over the Wild puck line tonight. Next game, VGK at Edmonton. Edmonton has also moved into dog territory. I would pick a side on Edmonton. I'd lean Edmonton. I think that they should be able to win this game. But where I'm looking is actually at that first period over. Both these teams like to come out hot. Yeah, Oilers not so much. They kind of get going later on. They're a third period kind of team. But VGK is going to come out hot, and I expect the Oilers to get one by Leonard as well. Leonard has been average at best. And I think they'll they need to come out hot. They need to start winning more games. And so my next pick is the VGK Edmonton first period over 1.5 at minus 165. Now that price is telling me that, you know, Vegas feels how I feel, and this first period open is over is a pretty good bet. It's a price. You got to pay a little bit of a pretty penny for this bet right here, but I like it. I like it enough to take that minus 165. And just like that, we're on to our last game of the night. Arizona at Vancouver. Don't like the sides. I maybe sprinkle. Nah, I wouldn't even consider sprinkling the Coyotes. I think that Vancouver should win this game handily. But where I'm going to be looking is into the player props. I'm going to be looking at Bo Horvat over 2.5 shots on goal. He missed last game due to I think it was a non-COVID related illness, but I could be wrong. But I expect him to come back. Now his over shots on a goal have only hit twice in his last 5 games. But last game he had 4 shots. They're playing the Coyotes. I expect this man to get 3-4 shots this game. So I really like that pick. So those are my picks for today's slate. So let's get into a boosted parlay for you. If you didn't know, PointsBet lets you boost 1 parlay a day, give you some better odds, better payouts. So let's get right into that. For mine, I have the Wild money line, Pittsburgh Boston over 5.5, and the Jackets plus 1.5. I think the Jackets will keep it close, if not win. Capitals have been playing like trash. I like it. With the boost, we get plus 510 odds. Loving it. Loving that. So that concludes my discussion on today's slate. So I hope everyone wins their bets, and best of luck tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We're going over tomorrow's slate and reviewing how things went today. But these are my picks for today, and have a good one.